Well, hello, all you lovely people. Starting to sound like that British guy. Always has something to say. But is it me or am I just hearing the same things over and over again? No, I don't think it's just me. It seems like every show I go to, I say, didn't you talk about this not too long ago? Well, they did. That's my point. Look, the thing is, when you get monetized, is you have to feel that you just got to keep it going. You got to keep the train going. You get so involved with algorithms and getting more subs and more views. You're trying to make that AdSense money to make ends meet, whatever. And some people, maybe it's to make ends meet. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's a certain obligation uh, when you decide to have a YouTube show. You kind of feel obligated. So you're doing shows every single day. If you're monetized, I do it without getting one penny from my viewers. But the whole idea of doing it is getting monetized. And the rising costs, inflation, everything else. I can understand people want to make more money, but I don't know. The truth is, how many things can they really talk about the Philippines that hasn't been said by themselves or by other people? Anyway, we're doing a one-nighter here, leaving tomorrow, go back and to take care of it. Didn't need to spend any more time, and just too freaking crazy, traffic and the heat and I don't want to spend. So, well, unless we're in the rainy season, I guess we're going kind of officially going into the rainy season. Helps cool things down a bit too. I mean, it doesn't take care of the humidity, but sometimes it kind of helps cool things down with the rain and all that. It's always hot in the city, though. I mean, you got all this, concrete buildings, and it absorbs all the heat. The pavement, and there's something to say about living in the countryside. A lot more open air, and the big old buildings everywhere, and chopping all that heat. In fact, the first thing I should have done when I renovated this place was to put insulation in the attic space. That would have been something I should have done, and I actually did do when I had a house in Hawaii. I even had those little whirly bird things on top of there, that spin around and just no, 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 no. I put some. No, I didn't. I was going to do that. I put some. What do you call vents on the side of the? I don't call it the gable. Yeah, I had these vents installed so that to be a little bit of flowing air that we get in there and all that. Don't have like anything that here. Like I gotta paint the underside of the gutters, which is metal. I see some rusting going on. One thing or another. That's what it is. So I didn't even have any data today. I didn't even bother. I didn't even have any data today on this damn phone. Didn't even bother. Didn't even bother. But I do. Well, I'm using Wi-Fi now. Had a lot of shit to do and had to do it in a certain period of time, and then trying to do some other stuff on top of that. It figures just spending a day, which is all we were doing. So no, there's no need to stay a couple of days, anything like that. Nah, no need. Or else we would have. We didn't do any crazy shopping, anything like that. A little window shopping and whatever, but didn't do much except whatever we came there to do. That was it. Of course, spend time to visit couple, relatives, her mom, and all that stuff. Yeah, that's personal stuff. But it's obvious stuff. You're gonna be down there visiting her mom, 89 years old now. Jeez, 89, 89. I'm all wound down for the night. That's for sure. I don't go to bed late, man. I don't go to bed late. Doesn't mean I fall asleep right away either. Still, it's always a 6 hour stretch somewhere. No matter which time you go to bed, it's going to be 6 hours, one way or the other. Got my magical 13 here. See, it's the same people that come back and forth. Probably the same people that complain all the time about me. The same ones that come here to watch me or listen to me or whatever. 13, the magic number every time, every single time. it's the same people because it's always 13. Which tells me all the people got their little notification bells all set up. No, nothing to see, folks. Go back to your homes. Nothing to see. Nothing to see. Literally. So, what am I missing? I'm sure I'm not missing too much. Except I hear that Barry's been making some comments now and then on. He's been taking advantage of whatever time they allowed him to use his phone. I told you, nothing stops him. Huh? If you can't do a live, then he'd be commenting on, I understand, on Jay's show. Jay did a show apparently, but Hit and Run Jay took his show off as soon as he did it. As I said, I'm not subscribed to Jay, so I don't know if he comes on. He doesn't have anything worthwhile to say anyway. Yeah. But he put a few comments on there, Barry, apparently. Non-stop, even in fucking Billabit, man. What does it take? But I understand, somebody's always got to get some word in there, and he's like that. I'm like that too. I like to get the last word in or something, and Barry's like that too. If you can find a way to get on the phone, he'll get on the phone and make a comment or some shit. I think he called me a moron. That's the right moron. I'm not the one in the fucking penitentiary, so call me any name you want now. It don't matter. Damage is already done to yourself, so call me a moron. Call me whatever you want to call me. Damage is already done to yourself. Enjoy your time. You could always write a book or something about your experiences and detention and the penitentiary and give some wild stories. How long are you going to be in there, dude? You're going to get some money together. I think he's going to ride this out. I think he's going to ride it out. Oh, I could handle it here. I don't want to put out no money to the court or Frank or anything. Uh, I'm just going to ride it out. I'll handle it. I'll handle it. Hell, I spent 2 years in detention. A month in Bikiton. I could ride it out in Billy Bid. Yeah, hello, Coin Society. No complaints. Who, me or you? Oh, not you. Okay. Yeah. Oh no, he. Guys used to be incarcerated, so I mean, this shit comes easy. Well, not easy, but you know, calls himself streetwise, so he should be able to handle it. I'm sure he will. He waited all day for this. Not much to say, really. Not much to really say. Just kind of checking in on my constituents here. My constituents. Yeah, my little foot owie. No, I should have it really checked out, really. I don't want to do a Fazio thing. But, two areas of that shin area affected, and just been changing my adhesive bandages and putting triple antibiotic ointment on it. That's all I can really do. It starts to look really funky after another day or so. Then, yeah, I probably have to check it out and get some real oral antibiotics or something. Because that's what happened to my other leg. That's what happened to my other one time. Yeah, and that had some badass type of bacteria in it, man. Kind of shit you don't want. You don't want any bacteria in it, really. I don't know. I guess I'm just fucking clumsy. That's all. I don't know. Good balance. Well, fair balance, but clumsy. Clumsy. Give me a chance to fall, hit my foot against something, not pay attention to what I'm doing, and there you go. Shit, I'm surprised I don't fall in the streets of Cebu City because uneven sidewalks, if you want to call them sidewalks, and you got to be like looking all the time for your own safety. Other way, other than that, just kind of nursing my wound. And as Stephen from the base offers from the basement, Big Cabin is one funny old bear. I don't want to talk about that fat piece of shit. Fucking worthless people, man. They're not even worth talking about. Give them that credit. They're all chasing their fucking tails, man. Just let's watch them and just have fun. That's all. Watch them chase their tails and see how far they go. Can't even settle in the town because no action happened. Got to go to another one. Big Kevin goes to initially what it was Thailand, and he, oh, you get no action here. I don't know. Big E said Vietnam is good, so if Big E says that, he probably even help me out a little bit of money. I'll go to Vietnam. He goes to Vietnam. Nothing's happening from Vietnam. He goes back to Thailand. There's nothing happening in Thailand. So when his visa's expiring, he might go into, oh, let's try it out in Cambodia. He's just not going to get lucky. It's not like that. Like a goddamn bit of fucking Ricky and all. It's not going to make a goddamn bit of difference. Go here, go there, go back and forth. It's the same old shit. Same old day. Same shit at night. Same fucking routine. That's for all of us, really. Same fucking routine. Yeah. What do you expect in the Philippines? You think it's like a fun land or something, land of adventure? And, well, if you're young enough to go on an adventure and you could deal with the searing heat and humidity, then God bless you. You know, never mind being old, no matter what age you are. If it was a more temperate climate, man, I could be just doing a hell of a lot more. Definitely. Pig Nose needs to visit a dentist. That's his problem. Just be happy you're not him, you're not Big Kevin, you're not any of these assholes out there. Just be very happy about it. Love yourself, man, and be appreciate what you have, and that you're not these people. They got so many goddamn faults you can't even count them on both hands. It's so obvious with a lot of them. But I noticed even people calming down a little bit. There's not like a shitload of comments on Copy Chat Chat. There really isn't anymore. They're kind of on a burnout. Yeah. Even on Big Kevin's show, the only time I came up is when Jay came on. I did hear that. I did hear that. Big Kevin, was it this morning? I did hear that. Yeah. Put Jay on the show, but even Jay wasn't pumping on me too hard. Oh yeah, I'll never meet up with Frank. Yeah, because you're a fucking coward. Oh, he's going to get lawyers. He's going to no. What would be anything between lawyers? No police. No fucking nothing, man. Still open. What do you say to that? Yeah, I got a bone to pick with you, buddy. I sure fucking hell do. Yeah, hopefully I'll see you sometime in your next trip. I know the area that you always rent over there, outside of before the Mandawi, the bridge over there. I know where you go. Fucking coward. Kevin doesn't leave his room. I don't think he does. I really don't think he does. Frank, I those when only watch those when I miss your live show. Okay. No, hey, go anywhere you want to watch anything you want. Learn, educate yourself about society, about how fucked up people are, and you'll feel a lot better about yourself. Use it to kind of boost your own ego and your self esteem. Watch these people just do the things they do and make you feel a lot better about yourself. The bars. Oh, check out the. Well, my eyes are bad. The ears on Jay. I wasn't exactly looking at his fucking ears. He's not exactly very symmetrical and whatever, any of his features. No, he wasn't. He was ragging on me. He was definitely ragging on me for sure. Oh, he's going to get out of the country. What if I don't? What if this shit with what's her name? What's her face? Doesn't come through the way people want. What are they going to rag on next? I mean, they're going to be so disappointed that they're building up to a crescendo. They're just building themselves up. And what if it doesn't go their way? There's going to be a lot of disappointed people out there. I'll tell you that. I don't even talk about that, Chef. I deal with life day by day. And believe me, I'm taking care of business. What the fuck you think I'm in Cebu for? Don't worry, I'm doing things, buddy. Yeah, I know. Jay's first words are Frank, Frank, Frank. Maybe if you found a girlfriend, and some of these people really should, they get their mind off me. Oh, and by the way, John C. I guess I hit his raw nerve again. He came on Big Kevin's. I saw his comments. Oh, I never had a bankruptcy. Frank is lying. Oh, you don't lie, right, Don C? But I wasn't lying. I got your whole rap sheet, man. What, you anyone could do research? I get people that send this shit to me. It shows every job entitlement you've had. I could post the whole damn thing if you want. Yes, you did have a bankruptcy, Don C, and yes, you did volunteer for an elephant house over there in Thailand, and you absolutely did. I even know that was your daughter or wife, Melissa. I mean, I got all that information. But Don, it was really upsetting him that I got the best on him, all of him. He likes to do research on me and everything, and I threw some back. That's all. Yeah, all this shit about talking to me. I had bankruptcies in my life, and lo and behold, he had a bankruptcy. Is it even on here? It doesn't mention. It doesn't show his name, but it is a case number and all. Is it? Which one is it? Is this it? Which one is this? No, this is Jarrett showing him as a nurse's aide. Am I lying about that? Okay, must be lying about everything then. Anyway, it's. I mean, I have it. Nevertheless, if I need to produce the whole damn document, I actually will, just to shut him up. Yeah, he doesn't like the truth coming out about himself. He's sure got the time to knock me left and right, but when people discover that you know he's not exactly perfect, he falls apart. Jared got triggered. Yeah, Crawford got triggered. Jared got triggered. I'm sure. Stavros says Don C definitely has skeletons. He certainly does. They all do. That's why I get so much joy out of this. As time goes by, you discover more and more about people. That's the fun of it, you know. Well, they're making cupcakes to throw at you. I'm making big ass cakes to throw in their face, and getting enjoyment every time I do it. Good. I want them to get triggered. That's what you got to do. Well, they try to trigger me all the time. Oh, touche. They don't like it when it comes back at them, do they? No, they don't like it. 15 in the house. I'm not going to be on here too long. Got an early day. Um, but yeah, I did notice Don C's comments on Kevin's show. Absolutely. Absolutely. Just to let the people know, I never had a bankruptcy. Frank lied. No, I didn't lie. This is on his. This is his records. I'll show him next time I'm settled at home. I'll show him. It shows the jobs he had, the title, or little companies he tried to start up, or whatever. It seems like the dates on it didn't last very long. I think he has a bunch of unsuccessful businesses. But Donny boy, we're not all perfect, and I don't think any of us, including myself, proclaim on here that we're so goddamn perfect. I just don't think that's what we do, and I know I don't do that. Kids want nothing to do with Big Cabin. Yeah, obviously so. No, he's never going to Australia with his kids. I told you, all he wants is your money. That's why Big Kevin comes on the show. Okay? He's the demon master on there. He knows that every troll in existence will come on his show, having a chance to speak and voice their opinion. Because the copycat channel don't do live, so they have to go to Big Kevin's. I was told he's a ringmaster on there. It's all right. He ain't going to be around very long. Neither will Ricky. That's all I'm going to say on that. Things could end, and one day they will, one way or the other. Yep, 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 yep. Oh, I'll take a look at this thing. No, I'll leave that alone. No. Okay. Uh, kids. Okay, what they do? No, they probably don't. See, this is it's an art, and I love the arts, and to me, this is an art. Put out the palette. I'll put out get the canvas out, and just everything gets painted with all the gibberish that gets put on here, and it all creates one big picture of the same thing. And with the same thing, a bunch of fucking losers whose life is not as much luster as they portray themselves to have. They all got the proverbial skeletons in the closet, and same old rhetoric, only different day. Their whole motive is let's try to trigger Frank. Oh, do I sound like I'm pulling out my hair or nothing here? I'm just relaxed. They don't phase me in what they say because I've heard this time and time and time again, and I guess the viewers are starting to get into that little mode of like, okay, come on, can you talk about anything else but Frank? Kevin doesn't really say much on his show. He puts a comment. He does, okay, who wants to come up? I'll put the link out there, and you can come on my show. Try to hold people in there a little longer. They can make some donations and all that. All Kevin wants is your money. That's all he wants. He don't give a fuck about any of this. Nobody is his buddy on his show. Nobody. He'll kiss anybody's ass to try to make a couple of coins. And why does he need it so much? Because he's haphazard with his money, buying drinks for the women all the time. Yeah, that's gonna, you know, really deplete you of your monthly allotments. That's his doing. It's the same, thing as Barry. Why should everybody have to pay his way through life when he's such a fucking loser? Why should anybody have to pay for Kevin's way? Oh, what's that new thing that came up about Brevis? I don't remember that. They were kind of sharing with me that he shared one time, saying he was molested when he was a kid by a retarded man, well, a guy with Down syndrome, anyway. Uh, and I didn't know that. There's a lot of things that are kind of coming together now. These people all got fucked up when they were a kid, man. And they're so fucking bitter, like Barry with his father and all that shit that happened. It just fucks you up. I mean, I'm not making excuses for them. I'm just saying you get really fucked up from that kind of stuff. Oh, hello, Pennywise. Stavros in the basement. You can't believe that Ricky was doing what? Wiping old smelly bums. Yeah, well, that's what a nurse's aide does. And Ricky can't deny that either. Time goes by. I always say it, guys, don't I? It all comes out in the wash. A lot of shit's coming out of the wash. But Kevin likes to do a stream before lunch so he can hopefully get a donation enough to cover his lunch for that day. I know what these people do. I know exactly what they do. Well, that's Big Kevin. I call him Big Cabin because he used to be 500 pounds. He's still overweight, but he used to be 500 pounds. You know, Ricky was an insurance guy after he got out of the military. Well, he could have been a nurse's aide in the military. Maybe that's his illustrious career in the military. I never said where he was a nurse's aide. And documents didn't say where he was a nurse's aide. He could, maybe that's what he did in the military. He was a guy that went to the latrine, and he's a guy that stuck the catheter in the guy's penises, wiped their shitty asses, collected the shit bowls. Oh, yeah, there's always some ass kisser to Kevin on there. Jay even gives money to Big Kevin. like he's rich or something. He gave an Australian 20. What is that worth? It's not $20. It's a lot less than that. He ends his streams at noon so he can go. Yeah, yeah. I'm not surprised at all that. But yeah, Barry's been sticking his nose online. He can't help it. He can't help it. He gets a moment to go on that fucking phone of his, man. He's going to jump on it. I understand. I understand. Jay saves on rent living with his mom. I know she can't be doing that well if you have to live with your mom. But for Pete's sakes, if he's living with his mom, I hope he's at least, paying her some rent money or something to help her out. How about paying some money to the kids he has in the Philippines that he's abandoned? I didn't want to talk about that ugly fucking Abo. I really don't. He disgusts me. We'll run into each other in Cebu when he comes back, one way or the other. One way or the other. I'll watch every show he does, everything that's going on. I'll find out where he is. Then he can face me face to face. Whatever happens, if he flattens me or I flatten him, whatever way it goes, at least we can just get our friction out. You know what I'm saying? Oops, sorry about that. I'm surprised Bummer still has access to his cell phone. Well, I think they give you some time. You have to call a lawyer, you have to call your family or something. Not very long, but then you could pay the guard or the trustee a little bit of money, and he'll give you a little time on the phone, or he'll find somebody with a phone, get on his, whatever. There's ways of doing it. No matter what prison you're, everything there's drugs there, everything's there at your disposal. Just pay the price. That's all. Pay the price. You get everything you want in prison. Probably get more there than on the streets. You know, but it's a good experience for him. I'm glad he's getting to enjoy it. It's a good experience. But he's got his training wheels on. So spending 2 years in Mandawi, that's his training wheels to get on the big boy's bike, and that's Billy Bid. He got to experience Picaton for a month. That's some pretty good training experience right there. Now he's in the big boys club. Everything is regimental. They check your cells like 5 times a day. Um, they give you this big speech when you come in there. This is a rules. You got to follow them, or else this is going to happen. That's going to happen. I've seen the thing on what they do to the regiment. When you're a newbie coming in there and all that stuff. They just got a couple of more people in there now. Some notorious people are in there. Oh, there's gang members everywhere there. And I don't think he's any specific sectioned area. I don't know over there. Either way, everybody has to go in the courtyard. They're allowed so much time, and they're going to be in the open prison area. People don't like it. They let you know it. There's usually about 40 to 60 per cell or something like that. I know that was like in Bickerton, but really bad. It's really overcrowded. which I don't understand why I'm glad they did, but I don't understand why they transferred him to the juvenile education unit or some shit, or rehabilitation unit or something like that. Juvenile. I don't understand that at all. I don't understand that at all. If that's the case, but no, that's an actual penitentiary there. That's the real McCoy, and it's usually for a lot of hardened people. They have different sectors for the really bad ones. It's really a medium security prison, really, but they have allocations for the bigger ones too. I knows. Oh, Pig Nose put the Barry Donos in his pocket, his own pocket. Well, that's old news. Oh, their choreographed dance routines with they might do it on their own for exercise. They have within these places they have karaoke machines there, though. On occasions they usually all do. They got to raise the spirits of the prisoners. Give them something to look forward to. They want to be happy. Oh, we have karaoke today. We could sing on a microphone. Really pathetic. Who could be the mood to sing anything in a place like that? Well, the rat's crawling up your fucking asshole. I don't know. That's not pleasant. I will certainly do my best to ever be and never be in a place like that. Bar nothing. Let me tell you that. Yeah, it's a horrible system out here. And they're not going to fix the penal system. They're not going to really improve these prisons. But the more the population grows, the more criminals, and I'll be damned if they're not going to have to do something, man. They're going to have to do something. Growing population, growing more crimes. But, I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules. Whatever they do, whatever they do, man, I don't make the rule. I don't make the rules, and I don't create the fools. I don't. I just hear all this shit that's going on, and I just say, "Holy cow!" And I just say, "We have a balcony, a little balcony." Anyway, I wasn't planning on staying here long. Hope you've been enjoying my shows. I really got a few people that I really look forward to be coming on. I got things to attend to, my little owie and all that. I think I'm going to probably head in and sort of peek my nose in on here. So, what's new on Discord? Anything new and exciting on Discord? It does come out in the wash. Look what's been coming out so far. We're learning more and more about these people. And I love it. I absolutely love it. Knock them down a few notches. They can deny things all they want. They can deny it all they want. Who cares? Let them deny it. Let them deny it. Don C's had bankruptcy, so welcome to the club. You're not the only ones ever have bankruptcy. A lot of people have bankruptcy. Don't worry about it, Donnie. I know we don't want to blemish your wonderful clear record. But Donnie, shit happens in life, Your old lady died, all this shit. There were things going on. God bless her soul, wherever she is. To be married to you anyway. I'm sure she's at peace now. Let her soul rest. Rickster will be spooing you, got that info. Pennywise, they all float. And I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta get up early. So thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next. Maybe not. Who knows? I might not be alive. Who the fuck knows? But for now, cheers, all you lovely people. Keep the good wishes going. Support what's right. Send your statements in. It's still open to do anytime, and we're going to be gone. Thank you for coming. Well, actually, just got another following that. Ain't that something? It's out for delivery for Santa Fe. Ha! Okay, yeah, and no sooner did I hang up and check my email, I got an update. It's out for delivery. Okay, well, I don't understand what happened with the Mandawi thing. I have no fucking clue. But it's out for delivery. Okay, I guess the system does work. It just has to go through. And I'll sometime in the future try to produce that list just to show you where Federal Express, what it goes through, and all the places according to where you sent it from in the United States. And my example would be New York, and just to go to show you where it winds up. So it's on its way. Okay, I got some more crow to deliver, I guess. When it's in hand, I will produce a document. And look, it's not like they never believed I had a diploma. I've already showed a transcript or something, whatever, bona fide from the school institution itself. They know I have a diploma. They know I have a degree, but you're familiar with the protocol here on YouTube with trolls, okay? Yeah. Yeah. Well, we will soon enough produce a document. Show me your document. Show me your passport. So it's coming after all. Oh, get the crows. Oh, get the dishes of crow ready. Get the dishes of crow ready. All right, I'm out of here. Okay, but that's encouraging news. Update. Yeah, I have it. I show you an update. It's right. Yeah, it's on its way. On its way. Gotta hate being right all the time. Anyway, wow. Has anybody ever had something Federal Express from America to the Philippines? I'm up extra early because I gotta be. Um, got an email checking up on a diploma which was ordered since I had lost my original. And it was Federal Express on April 28th or something like that. And it's really amazing where it wound up. It's just amazing. And I still haven't gotten it. And this fucker had made its way, I don't know, for anywhere to New Jersey. I forgot where else. And then to Indianapolis. Then to, I think, Alaska. Then to China. And then to Mandawi. And that was the resting place of it, was in Mandawi. Then it says parcel was refused by recipient. Refused by who? So I just wrote back. So I never received anything. Boy, the Philippines, you can't even receive a Federal Express. I don't know if anybody out there knows how that works with Federal Express out here. I mean, it should be door to door, right? It doesn't wound up in some receiving facility in Mandawi for us to pick up, or else we get notice for it. But pretty amazing. I mean, these people were really cooperative and weren't charging me anything for Federal. I'm shocked at that, because I don't know if any organization ain't going to charge you for shipping for something that you request something. But I'll tell you, taking that long and it winds up in Mandawi like on the 2nd or 5th of this month. That's quite maybe not unusual for the Philippines. That's why it's so hard to receive anything in the Philippines. You don't know as important of a document or papers or whatever your merchandise might be to not be able to actually ever receive it. It's kind of scary that if there's something of really importance that, and it's amazing how it gets bounced around. Let's see, from New York to Newark, New Jersey, then somewhere else, and then it wound up in Indiana. From Indiana, it's wound up, I think, in Alaska. Then Alaska to China. What's CN? What's the symbolic to CN? And then eventually to Mandawi. Well, it made it to the Philippines, but it never made it to my door. There's some notation when it reached Mandawi or something. Parcel was refused by recipient. I mean, what the hell does that mean? Refused by recipient? Who's refusing the parcel? I don't know. So wrote them and said, look, I've never received anything. And what's with this notation, refused by recipient? Yeah, it's hard to really receive anything in the mail out here. It's almost like we're on a different planet out here. Never ceases to amaze me. Boy, I'll tell you, I don't know what's the best way to receive anything. I've Federal Express even from my own bank in Hawaii, a new card. The last time I did that, of course, I had to pay a hefty fee for them to do it, and I always got it. But this is just a document. Can't say I understand it. Can't say I understand it. That's kind of frustrating. Yeah, I hate losing important papers such as documents like my diploma. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with it. Really, I don't need my degree. I'm not applying for some job somewhere. And but I wanted to have a copy of it. And with all the controversy, oh, you never graduated, blah 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 blah. I thought I'd shove it in a few people's faces. But in the effort to do so, it winds up in Mandawi and never winds up here. And I don't know, doesn't it come door to door with Federal Express, doesn't it? You don't have to go to Mandawi to the office to pick it up. If anybody knows anything about this, let me know. This is quite frustrating. So I wrote the registrar's office again. In fact, very recent. And look, I said, I didn't receive anything. It wound up in Mandawi. I don't live in Mandawi. And parcel, I wish I could have that in front of me. Parcel refused by recipient. Recipient being at the Federal Express headquarters or something in Mandawi or something like that. It don't make any sense to me. Wow. Do you ever feel, if you live in the Philippines, you ever feel like you're in like no man's land? It feels like you're lucky that you have internet or anything else. In fact, oh, whatever. Boy, this is crazy. I remember I used to send these balikbayan boxes when I was in the United States. And I would take 3 months to get here to this country. And that was long enough. And I'm sure that, I don't know where that would wind up when you're sending a box over. Pretty crazy shit, huh? Wow. But I don't know if they're going to redeliver. I have no idea. I'm going to have to contact Federal Express. I got a tracking number. And what is it? Does it wind up staying at the last place or does it get returned to the sender? I don't know how they work this. So at some point when I settle down back home, I'm just going to have to, all I have is a phone number. have to contact these people and give them the tracking number and say, what's up with that? Never came to my house. This would come door to door, right? You wouldn't have to go to the main receiving place if it happened to be in Mandawi to pick it up there. I don't think so. I don't think so. Just voicing my frustration. When you wait that long, by the way, you happen to have a extra diploma, waiting around for me there by any chance? In all the communications I've had. No, it's just frustrating to order something and you don't receive it. And like I said, I don't need a diploma at my age. I'm not exactly going to be entering the market. And if I drop dead, I don't know what my girlfriend's going to do with it anyway. You know, or maybe I just wanted to shove it in the face of a few people. But no matter what the reason is, I ordered it. It doesn't arrive. Refused by recipient. That don't make goddamn sense at all. Oh gosh, at least I have a microwave here. And we're going to have to get out of here pretty soon. So, I don't know if anybody has any idea about how that Federal Express works. I forgot I forgot how I received it and what form of express mail that was sent to me when I received my debit card from my bank, because, every now and then it'll expire and you have to receive another card. I don't know what the difference is. I don't remember if it was Federal Express when I received that or not. Yeah, Coin Society. They should come to your house, absolutely. Nobody's come here and nobody's refused any delivery. We're very, any kind of delivery, registered mail, anything, There's always somebody here to receive it, but it doesn't show. It only made it to Mandawi. It did not make it to my island, you know. Did not make it. Did not make it. I think the trolls got a hold of it in Mandawi. They knew it was coming. I don't know. Yeah, it should be delivered by a local. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, if anything, right, right. It changes hands. It's amazing how that works. Shit, I wouldn't be surprised if they spent $75 sending this shit out too, which is very unusual because I got to tell you, SVA must be doing very well these days. I guess it is. That's the school I went to. Because nobody is going to spend money out of their own freaking pocket. No business. They won't. No courtesy. This supposed to be. I, I know that because my bank would charge me for my debit card in Hawaii. Because I have a bank in Hawaii that I've always dealt with. It's a credit union, actually. And I've had for a century. Expired debit card, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, okay, we'll do it. You know, I said deduct it from my bank account, whatever. And no problem. So it makes it all the way to Mandawi, but it doesn't make it to my door. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that freaking amazing? Well, I'm not going to be on here really long. I got some shit to do here, but I got to make a cup of tea here and at least get that going. Absolutely amazing. Huh. Okay. Well, there's really not much to say because I have to go here. Oh, I don't know. I'm just frustrated with this. They're gonna just want to give it up on me. And okay, and how long will say that there's a Federal Express thing in Mandawi? How long will they hold on to that mail, that package? I wonder. And then what happens if no somebody picks it up. Nah, something wrong with this. But I don't understand what it says. If I had it in front of me, I'd show you the whole thing, where it wound up. It's amazing where it winds up. Like I said, let me see, from New York to New Jersey, maybe another place, then Indianapolis, Indiana, and I forgot if there's anywhere in between, except it wound up in AK, which is Alaska. Alaska. Then CN, is that a symbol for China? I think it was a Chinese name on there. It wound up in China, I think. China? No. What? No, no, no. CN. What's CN? I don't have the document online that I could show you right here. Actually, I should have. Did I screenshot that? Let's see. No, I didn't screenshot that. Wow. A lesson learned. Well, we're gonna have the time difference. Well, no, Mandawi, no time difference. Um, well, at some point, out of travel, we're gonna have to do that. Don't have time this morning because we're going back. So May 5th, I mean, wound up, this month, right? In Mandawi. But look how long, and this is Federal Express, from April 28th or 29th. No, that's pretty fair. To about the 5th of May. No, that's proper. That's proper. Even for Federal Express, yeah. But it's been sitting in Mandawi, supposedly end stop, since May 5th. This is now like, what, 21st or some shit like that. I don't know. Well, shit. Shit. I'll wind up with it one way or the other, hopefully, but I don't think they're going to spend more money to send it out. I don't think so. But tracking anything here in the Philippines, I don't know. The workforce out here, all that shit, you know how it works. Where it's going to wind up, or it's going to be sent back, all the way back to America? Or just does it wind up in a lost and found or something in Mandawi I don't know. All right. Well, it is what it is. You know, ain't going to see that puppy. Or maybe I will. Put your faith in the any kind of postal system or anything related to the Philippines. You're lucky you get anything. Huh. I remember I sent this gal I knew. I sent her a little gift or something. Some pictures and a cup and a picture on. There was some gal I first met, and I sent it from America to Philippines. And about a year later, I get a delivery back in Hawaii of this cup and some pictures, whatever. The cup was obliterated into 1,000 pieces. It never made it to where it's supposed to go to Philippines. Goes to show you, it's a definite concern mailing anything out. Sometimes you really feel like you are in no man's land after all. Live and learn. Welcome to the Philippines, baby. Well, we'll have to get around to doing that, that's for sure. Well, as long as I got the facility's phone number, whatever, or Federal Express's phone number, and a tracking number. Just have to make some time to figure it out. Because if it is in Mandawi, I just got this. We're leaving this morning. We have no time to go to Mandawi Federal Express, if one exists out there. We have no time to do that. Timing was bad. I should have. I'm just getting this email this morning. Talk about timing, and we're going back. I had a T-Mobile SIM card sent here using FedEx, paid, 100 US, fine, then it delivers to me, and the delivery company charged me an additional 1,800 pesos. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. That wouldn't surprise me at all. Not at all. Ain't that something? I don't know. If this is in the future, maybe you have these portals, transport systems to a portal. You have a little machine. You'll have a little machine that'll receive this. Okay, I gotta go. Catch you all later. Interesting, huh? And yes, there is a diploma. Oh, fuck the naysayers, man. I'll produce one. If not just to fucking piss these trolls off. No obligation to prove anything to anybody. But it does exist. Watch, I'll go through my boxes today and I'll find one right here. Yeah, I know what happened though. I think when I went for the other house I was renting here, and I was throwing away paperwork and junk that I don't need. That could have been in some folder included in my trash. I wouldn't be surprised. I've done shit like this before. It wouldn't be the first, wouldn't be the last. Okay, folks, take care. Don't let the trolls bite you, and don't care what they say. Well, having patience is not one of my virtues, I must say. And as getting anything done in the Philippines takes a long time. You gotta have patience. I've always said I was a person, I don't want it to happen today. I don't want it to happen tomorrow. I want it to happen yesterday. I must say, there is one thing about New York I will say, and I remember I'm ordering this document from my school, and people will be nice to you to a point. But then when they perform their job, it's like, you already contacted us. How many times? I told you have to contact this office, and it's not the registrar's office. And they get kind of unglued. Hey, I said, I'm just following this along. So I haven't received it. Last notification supposedly says it's on its way. But this is one example. But you got to understand that's why they come up with the expression in a New York second. Because a lot of New Yorkers make things happen fast, but they also expect it to happen fast too. You got a very fast-paced society, at least in the big city. I wasn't born in New York City. I was born in the suburbs, but spent a lot of time in the city. But I will tell you that people walk fast, talk fast, they do everything pretty fast. But if you're living in the Philippines, it's a whole different world and you're not used to it. Whether it's a legal situation, hey, I want it to happen today, not tomorrow, not yesterday, I want it to happen. So when you do a legal process, never expect that, anything to happen. And good example of what happened, Mr. Jordan. And look how long that took, right? Like anything else, don't expect miracles. Don't expect anything overnight. I don't care if it's mail. I don't care documents, whatever it might be, whatever actions you might do. Don't expect it to happen right away. And that's one of the things that you got to get used to out here. Traffic, you name it. Things moving really slow at a snail's pace. And sometimes they forget documents. Oh, did you actually send me that? Yeah. Well, I know, even Filipino government officers, they have a certain tolerance level for stuff, I think. We don't need any more information, sir. We got it. We got your videos. We got your whatever. We got it in hand, my friend. We got it in hand. But sometimes you tend to wonder whether they really do have it in hand at all. Because, it's one of those don't hold your breath situations. In some situations, that could be good. In other situations, it's really not. But just don't expect anything to happen right away. Especially if something's coming from, let's say, another country. Well, you got a problem. I don't care if it's Fed Xpress. I don't care what the hell it is. Hold a minute. Jesus, suddenly felt really hot. Yeah. Got to hold again. Anyway, just a quickie. On the road, got to go. Just learn it's hard, but to try to relax when you're in the Philippines. Because you're only going to get more frustrated if you want something to happen the way you want it to happen. That's what I got to say. Okay, guess there's anybody out there today. Anyway, we back. Since my battery's low, I'm going to make this kind of short and sweet. I've read some stuff on Zoom, on his channel, World Zoom. A lot of talk about the Russian guy, Battaglia. And some people don't believe that he should get a whole shitload of time and all this stuff. But when you think of some of the things he's done, and his father comes to rescue him, I guess with money. But I'm not sure that's really going to work for him, because since the president kind of put his nose in on this and his opinion and all that, they're probably going to make an example of Battaglia. I'm pretty sure that it's got a lot of news media. So, anyway, and the same goes for people who have different opinions about who that's in Billy Bad now, and whether he deserves to spend all this detention time. Well, you have to understand it doesn't just go having to do with the court case against him, but you have to think about the overall picture that goes back when, 10 years, whatever it's been since he's arrived in this country, and all the, misgivings. There was no giving with him, it's taking, but all the things he's done since he's been in this country, both to private people, businesses, girlfriends, sorry stores, and how he's actually treated women. So you got to look at the whole picture, not just a court case on what you think he deserves, how much time Barry Jordan needs to be incarcerated. Now, unless you are involved in what has happened with Barry Jordan, like I was, I guess you wouldn't understand it because it ain't happened to you. But it goes well beyond. It goes well beyond the. This should have been an upload rather than a live because there's nobody out there. This goes well beyond what transpired with the court case against him, because it just goes way back when he came here. It's the first day he came here, he was ruining somebody's life. So with Vitali, well, there's a lot of questions. What should they do with Vitali? I don't think there's any excuse for his behavior, whether he's trying to create a 10 million subs. He's trying to create a show to make money. I think you can only go really so far, I think, with that. And he's hurt people in his own way. He's made a fool of the people in the Philippines. There's no excuse for what Vitali did, and that's the whole thing now. It's gone beyond drama. It's just drama on YouTube. It's gone well beyond just drama. It's gone to the point. I gotta grab my charger. It's gone beyond the point of drama. Well, where people just for creating content, how far they go to create that content, and the things they do to create the content. So, drama is not the right word for that kind of a situation with Battaglia. Yeah, we are indeed back, by the way. Obviously, we're back. And boy, it's a hot motherfucking day, and I'm glad I got the generator, because they've had the generator on all day. And supposedly it'll last till 5. So we have a 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. Blackout here, scheduled blackout. So, boy, I keep on saying thank goodness for that generator, because it is awfully hot. Awfully hot. Unbearably hot, I think, for me anyway. Oh, hello, Hugo. Shaky J sounds like he is drunk again. I don't know. I'm not subscribed to him. Did he put on yet another show or something I'm not aware of? Did he also take it down? Yeah, he drinks quite a bit, man. He's got some real... Well, they all got problems. Do I really need to itemize it again? Don't worry about his drinking. He'll always do it. He always will. His liver will go out. Something will happen. He's gone. Just another worthless YouTuber bites the dust. That's just the way it works, But I don't know what your opinion of Vitali is and what he actually deserves as punishment. And if you went to World Zoom, there's a lot of comments on there. I put a lot on myself. And don't forget, World Zoom shared the detention cell with Barry and Mandawi for a while. And he had to sit there and listen to Barry's bullshit stories. And probably believed a lot of it too, World Zoom. He really doesn't know Barry's history, so... Oh, talking about me yet again, huh? Especially when he's drunk. Oh yeah, absolutely. Destiny does his best work, just like Barry. They are two peas in a pod, when you really think about it. 2 peas in a pod. That's why I've only got 4 viewers now, right? Well, I had just recently gotten back home. Left early this morning. Caught everything on time. Got some shit done while I was out there. Only spent a day. That's all I needed. But she had to stay. She won't be back till tomorrow, because she had some business to take care of there too. So it kind of worked out that way. Frank on the brain. That's for damn sure. Excuse me. Yeah, it's awfully hot today. He just repeats the same thing over and over. screaming, and as long as he's screaming again, God, what a poor excuse for a human. Must really suck to be Jay. Oh, he'll just eliminate the broadcast. He's got to get his screaming time in. He must be really lonely. He must be really just not really liking himself too much. I don't know, he's just bitter. I think he's just bitter with himself. That seems to be the common denominator on here, is bitterness. Sorry about the background, I got the TV on here. I have to deal with that for a minute, you know. So what is he bitching about now? Or what new things is he saying about me now? As I said, I don't go to his channel, you know. Unless it's purposeful. I don't subscribe to his channel. I can't imagine the temperature. Oh, let's see. I got my girlfriend writing me here. Let's see. Okay, here we go. It's non-stop action, isn't it? I don't know. He's not anywhere near retirement age, but I can't see him being at retirement age and being happy with his life. I don't know if he'll be alive by that time. What is he, like 50 years old now? I mean, a retirement would be 62, I guess, even in Aussie land. I would think so. I've just got all this fucking Bitcoin money. Why is he still digging ditches? I don't understand why he's digging ditches with all this supposed Bitcoin money. Yeah, he repeats the same shit over and over. That's why, even the copycat channel, I told you, there's not many people, there's really not many people making comments anymore. Not many really like they used to be. They're just tired of the whole damn thing. Tired of the whole damn thing. Well, anyway, I just recently got in, so I don't have a whole lot to say. But yeah, there's a lot of controversy on who deserves, I mean, what should be the punishment of the crime. And some people regarding, let's say, Battaglia, there's people regarding Barry, what they think would be a fair thing for him or Vitaly. They're both public nuisances either way. They're both fuck-ups. And they definitely need to make do for what they did. And they're not going to change. Well, I know this will wake Battaglia up, but this is not going to wake Barry up very much. The minute he can get out of that place, he'll be on my ass again. You know, if he gets transferred out, if he has money to get on the internet, that is, in the United States, I'm sure he'll find a way to do it. He'll devote a channel just to kind of knock on me. That's exactly what he'll do, but it won't matter. More so, it won't matter. He's in the United States, who gives a fuck? Although people will tune in. They want to see him, you know, again, more train crashes. How his life is going to be in America. Or if he doesn't want him getting picked up by the law for some bench warrants and all that shit he's probably got going for him. So I just don't think things are going to be that much greater for him once he gets deported, which he wants to very badly. There'll be no relationship anymore. There'll be no, his whole life is already falling apart. He did it all on his own. A lot of people say, "Oh, you're responsible." Well, I take some responsibility on finding justice, you know, after what he did. But he doesn't take on responsibility, so why am I supposed to care how long he's in jail? I don't care about the $250K. Get it today, get it tomorrow, get it next year. You know, it's not going to make my whole life. But it's the only way he's getting out if he pays. There's no ifs or buts about it. Like I said, you know, if he's still getting his Social Security, and I'm really surprised. If he's still getting his Social Security disability, I'd be awfully surprised. But if he is, he's been saving money. He'll still put on a begging act, "Oh, I need money for this and that," but he won't even touch his own money to get himself out of this situation. He won't touch his own money. He don't want to spend his own money. He figured, let somebody else take care of it. Why should I have to pay my own money? Why should I have to take care of my own responsibilities? He wants you to pay the legal fees and everything. That's exactly what's going on. All right, I'm out of here. Shit to do. Okay, a little afternoon delight. Not very long. I got to get off here. Let's see. Abo. I see you were running your mouth again today. Yeah, Don did have a bankruptcy, and he certainly did. Wouldn't be surprised if you did. I don't know how they work it out in Australia with all your bad luck with Bitcoin. Yeah. But you keep on running your mouth, but I keep on telling you, Jay. You can resolve all your problems you seem to have with me on the next trip to Cebu. All this back and forth is really not really getting you anywhere. It seems like you're kind of akin to Popeye, where you feel you can say everything you want from the distance and miles away behind your computer. Jay, we know your history. You've run away from a lot of people in the past. Just all mouth, living with your mommy. Yeah, I'm sorry about your dad's death. He must have been very important to you. Is that how you got so fucked up in your life and your attitude? Well, you see what happened with your good friend, what happened to him when he was a child. And that's some good shit, man. And it kind of left a bitter taste in his mouth, obviously. Now, you hung around with this guy for a long time, so, two peas in a pod, I guess. But sometimes I get confused. I think you're Popeye. Because basically, you're using the same MO that Popeye uses. I can say anything I want on YouTube. I'm not worried. Now, you got to worry when you come to Cebu and you stop being a coward and stop making excuses. Oh, I'm never going to meet up with Frank because he's going to get a lawyer on me or get the cops or something. I'm not going to fall into a trap. What if I told you, no cops, no nothing, not even a fucking camera? How would you like that? Sometimes you got to put your money where your mouth is, not on Bitcoin. It hasn't done you very well so far that you got to live with your mom. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Everything comes out in the wash, Jay. You said to be proved that Don C has a bankruptcy. There's a number on there, actually. There's a bankruptcy code number of Indiana, if you really want to research it. He certainly did. Proved. Well, you haven't proved that you have a resolution. You held up some piece of paper, which simply was a complaint report, but actually, the original thing that you put up there, this is a resolution. When one doesn't exist, Jay, it doesn't exist. There is no resolution. Hasn't been for a year. But don't you worry, Jay. Maybe your wishes will come through. But even if there was a resolution, well, there's still something called due process. Don't hold your breath on this situation, Jay. It may not turn out the way you want. And what if it don't? And more embarrassment for you. Jay, you're an ugly fucking Aussie. You are an unsuccessful person in your life. You're still digging ditches, although you're supposed to be a Bitcoin millionaire. All comes out in the wash, and everything's been coming out lately with a lot of YouTubers, hasn't it? Go see what they think about you on Discord. You're a big joke on Discord. I don't know if you know that, but you are. Nobody supports you, Jay. Although you do go on people's shows, so you get mouthed off about me all the time. But like I said, you call me a frail old man, this and that. You have a lot of things to say about me. Well, put it to the test. That's all I have to say. Let me know next time you're going to be in Cebu. We're not joking here. No police, no getting you arrested, nothing like that. Find a place to meet me, and we'll settle it like men. And we'll see how, if my prowess is any bigger than yours. Prowess, okay. No dildos. You're not going to be punching a fucking dildo in the shower. You're going to punch, or try to punch, a real man with your own fist and see how far that goes. That's fair enough. I'm saying it again. I'm putting it out there. I'm putting it out there. There you go. Stop running your mouth, Jake, because one day you may actually run into me and, well, what are you going to say when I'm right in front of you? But in your family, you might have cancer. It's identifying the cancer, number one. Tumors tend to hide. Tumors tend to hide. It's almost like cancer is a living thing, and in a sense it is. It's like a demon. But what the doctors are doing wrong in treatment of cancer is that what this doctor, and he was brilliant, what he had to say, he was really brilliant. You gotta smoke out the cancer, the tumors, from hiding, because and tumors do a great job at hiding. And you basically want to smoke them out. So what you do is you give it very small doses of chemotherapy to expose, because they will react. This way your T cells and macrophages, which are the killer cells that go after invaders in your body this way, will recognize that demon in the body. And if you have to get radiation, only small, minute doses for the same reason, to expose, to smoke out the rascule out of the rocks. Too much radiation will actually kill the macrophages and kill the T cells. So there's a way of doing this. And I was listening to this doctor, and what he's saying is make total sense to me. And I think people are going about it the wrong way by getting high doses of chemotherapy and certainly radiation. Choosing chemotherapy over radiation is the best way to go, but it's minute amounts. So they do this wonderful job of hiding. Cancer cells do a wonderful job of hiding. And you got to find a way of flushing them out, saying, hey, I see you now. So you kind of tease them with, there's also something called biofield that they also introduce in there to help expose the cancerous tumors and cells. But you start off by doing a little bit, not a lot, a little bit of chemotherapy, and it kind of awakes and kind of brings to the surface these abnormalities such as tumors and cancer cells, just enough to expose them. Okay, this way the T cells, well, you'll be able to recognize it and go after it. But when this tumor or cancer is hiding from your T cells and the macrophages, they can't go after it. It does a wonderful job of hiding, but when you get it smoked out of the system, blow in that smoke and get that rascal from hiding, your T cells and macrophages will recognize this tumor, this cancer, and will go after it. And some people have to have some radiation, but large doses of radiation will destroy your chances of bringing out the tumor cells and attacking them, because you won't be able to attack them, because your T cells, those are your killer cells, and your macrophages, which will go after these little demons, you'd be killing them. If you kill them, you're not going to kill the cancer. This has been a learning moment from yours truly. Abo Dabo 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 Do. Oh, I had the great pleasure of listening to Abo Man on his own show. And this time he didn't take it off. Something's weird with that one. Must have just forgot. He had some guest on there, I don't know, expat prepper or somebody, or I have no idea. No idea. And Abo says, take a look at yourself, Frank. Well, I do every day. And I like what I see, and I don't mean externally, but internally. My question is, what's your excuse? Dude, You know, anyone I ever heard of that brings a fucking fake dildo in the shower and, is using it as a punching bag. This is a Freudian thing or not, I have no idea. Is the fake dildo kind of a symbolism of how bitter you are against society because society has been great to you, or your lack of getting a real woman and have to use one of those dildos in your showers? Do you ever stick it up your ass? I don't know. These are questions asked. They're honest questions. Honest questions. This is your life, Abo Man. Broke as a scope, pretends he's not Mr. Financial. Mr. Financial. Bitcoin millionaire living with his mommy. Well, that's a statement there, right alone, living with your mom, Abo Man. Can't be more of a clear statement than that you're afraid to be independent from mommy. You're tied to her apron strings. Or, I don't know, you're waiting to inherit her house or wait until she croaks or something. And you want to make sure that the will goes to you. I don't know. You'd probably be that kind of person. Because you are responsible. You got a couple of kids in the Philippines you don't even visit. You don't say, come over there and say, it's daddy. And, what can I do for you kids? Hey mom, I'm going to give you some support. I mean, I was doing so well in Bitcoin. I should support them. Hey. Yeah, I did get a chance to host some of Jay's show today. That's why I'm responding to that. Well, of course, you know how trolls work. They like the back and forth. But I think this was a special occasion, you know, and trying to intimidate me. I was his guest. Why so many people don't like Frank? Well, I really think it's the opposite. I mean, what's not to like? Shit. I just did a show, but I took it down. I was talking about the miracle cures for cancer. What the doctors are not telling you. I give fantastic information on here. And we're not a show of hate. We're a show of love and family, respect for family. That's what we are. That's exactly. I don't feel that I have to satisfy everyone. Because you really shouldn't have to satisfy everyone. Just basically satisfy, guess who? Yourself. Satisfy yourself. Don't worry about satisfying other people. Satisfy yourself. I know we really did a whole spiel. I did a whole show once about all the inadequacies of these trolls. Yeah. Don't see out of bankruptcy. There's a lot of people. They're chasing their tails. They got bankruptcies themselves. Failed relationships. Women's taking their money from them. I mean, they have similar backgrounds. They were abused when they were a kid. Someone came out and said that the string bean man, Drew, was violated as a child or in his life by, of all people, a man with Down syndrome. Then we got Bummer. He was violated by his father. Do you see the similarities that we have with these people on here? All similarities. Coin Society says that guy goes after anyone and everyone. He's a punk. A fake, phony, here on borrowed time. Well, I gotta tell you, and I've said it 1,000 times before, and it's worth repeating again. Look at his lifestyle. I may smoke, that's a bad, I don't chain smoke. And he chain smokes like a mofo. He's got to get to that next cigarette, he hasn't even finished the first. He's lighting up another. Barry used to do that too. So that's why they hung around. They had a lot of things in common. He drinks like a fucking fish. He thinks he's going to ever make it even close to my age. It's never going to happen. The same for Ricky. He ain't going to make it anywhere close to my age. Every one of these people has a background. Every one of them. Every single one of them. That's why I laugh all the time. That's why I'll even bother to do shows, even mentioning them, because I get a lot of joy out of proving them, kind of bringing them to the surface, exposing who they really are behind all their insults. That guy goes after anyone. Yeah, he does. God, it must be terrible to be Abo Man. I don't see what a woman could see in that man on every single level. I mean, I'm not just talking about any one particular level, on every single level. His looks, his weight, his beady little eyes, his hairy chest, his balding head, starting to really recede now, his attitude against women, they're all hoes to him. Of course he's not going to get, he's got to find somebody that's like Mummy. Find me somebody like Mummy, or somebody that could tolerate me. And I don't even know if she could tolerate him. She probably wants to get him out of the fucking house, really. Let's see. They all have baggage. Actually, getting sick of them. And don't watch them anymore. My God, Frank, they have been doing this for years. My God. Living trolls. Yeah, they're living. They're the real deal. They're the cancer in people's body is what they are. Cancer needs to be eliminated. That's what they are. Then, the worst thing is, and I repeat myself a lot too, when I have to, if I really need to go over something, but you go to any one of their shows, it's the same crap, the same rhetoric, the same shit. And not just them, people that aren't trolls do the same thing on here. They rehash the same old hash over and over again. What does it cost to live in the Philippines? You know the whole trip on that. Yeah, YouTube has gotten really boring. But I also, on the same note, will say that they love talking about me, or I'm this, I'm bad. But why do they bother to listen to my show? Like I always say, nobody's holding a gun to their head. Nobody. But they still come to my show and listen to it. Go figure. Go figure there, Coin Society. Go figure. They love me. They just won't admit it. They just love me. They adore me. I'm a wealth of information. My philosophy, my views on certain type of health issues, supplementation, and my own little theories. Now, being a man with a biological background, well, I did take a semester of biology and anatomy. Probably know a little bit more than the average Joe out here, but I also practice what I preach for the most part anyway. Except for one thing, of course. But yeah, pretty much I stick to my guns and I shine them up too. Yeah. Shit, in this week alone, you heard about how many of these people I've exposed them to what they are. Kevin's been chasing his tail. You know what he's doing? He's never going to get a woman in his life. And what happened to that woman he said he was dating for 9 months? Where is she? You don't talk about it. You don't put her on camera because she don't exist. Might be a woman he met somewhere. Hey, hello, I'm Kevin. Can I buy you a drink? Yeah, sure you can. Drinks are expensive. You most certainly can. These women ain't stupid. They see a desperate tourist, they could pick him out of a crowd. Take a look at Kevin, you'd understand, wow, what a mark this guy is. Easy mark. He's overweight, flabby, got a bald head, can't walk straight with that leg, talks funny, not a good conversationalist. Well, there you go. Buy me a drink. Maybe some chocolates and nylons while you're at it. Yeah, that goes back a long time on that. Everybody was Joe. Just say your name is Joe. This way you say, hey, Joe, what are you doing with that gun in your hand? Da-dum, da-dum, dum. Hey, Joe. Actually, what are you doing with that drink in your hand? May I have one too, Joe? How about throwing in some chocolates and nylons too, Joe? Yeah. Hi, Frank, Mark says. My Philippines interest in morning coffee. Perfect combination. Oh, I was just having some laughs on Abo, man. He did a show today, and of course he was trying to rip me apart. And there's nothing redeeming anything about that guy at all. Discussing his looks externally, internally, how he treats women, how he looks at women, and other female denominations we won't talk about. And they're all hoes to him. He looks like a fucking Aborigine. And, Aborigines are good people, good people. He's just not one of them. He's got the Neanderthal hairy chest. He'll never take off his shirt. God forbid, and I hope he doesn't. His hairline's receding. Chain smoker, chain drinker. You got it all, Abo man. You got it all. Women just love him. Well, they love the color of his money. Makes him feel powerful, strong, wanted. To have some substance. Well, speaking of substance, I think he gets a lot of that too. Whoo! Mark says, Abo man, ha ha, good one. Abo man. God, to listen to this guy is like, bring out the popcorn. This guy, it's in some respect, it's a lot of the shit he talks about is like an autobiography. He's talking about himself when he's describing me. Hey, I've got redeeming values, boy. Lots. I don't live with my mommy. Even if she was alive, I wouldn't live with her. He hasn't got out of that apron string connection yet. Living with mummy. He can't control his money. He smokes it and drinks it away. And whatever else he does with it. We don't have to know everything. But we got a good idea. Ugly motherfucker. And the only reason a woman's ever going to be with that motherfucker is that if he offers to pay for the date, buy her drinks, same thing. It's a familiar theme on here, what people do. Licky does it, Jay does it, Barry. Well, Barry get free drinks from people. He never bought any chickadee drink unless the money was donated to him so he could give it to buy the chick a drink, but it never came out of his own pocket. Bob Cooper, my God. Bob Cooper's back. Welcome to the shoe. Really big shoe early evening here. Only because I can't find anything on fucking TV. These very special kids are at church. Good kids they are. They work for church. They, altar boys, whatever they're doing over there. Oh, yeah. Gilda stayed in Cebu. She had to take care of some other business and also spent some time with her mom. You don't need to know that, but she did. What a good gal she is. The kids are at church. What a wonderful family, huh? Wonderful family. Kids are happy. She's happy. The dogs are happy. I'm happy. Happy puppy. Bob, how about your ass saying, when the hell are you coming to the Philippines? Keep on talking about it. You talk. Just get your ass out of here. But get a health check first, okay? Get a good health check. And get a couple of CT scans. Your liver, and get a good blood run-up. Let's all go party at Frank's. Pate. Well, I don't drink. But, partying does not necessarily mean drinking. Yeah, everybody seems to think they got to drink to have a good time. I don't think most of these people know having a good time without drinking is. It's a fucking toxic poison. Horrible, just horrible. Pizza sounds good, yeah. I love pizza. Well, I mean, if you could find a halfway, I doctor it up anyway. I got grated Parmesan cheese here. I put olive oil. I'll add garlic, whatever. This restaurant bought pizza just doesn't cut the mustard. But it's too bad that pizza is not exactly, really the best thing to eat. I wish they turned around and said it was healthy, but unfortunately, the pepperoni on it is barely real, and it's so loaded with sodium and everything else. I know what you're going to think. Frank, come on, you're too critical of what you eat. You got to live life. Well, I have to agree with you to a certain degree, if that's what you're thinking. I eat other stuff, too. My diet is not 100% perfect. Oh, believe me, Believe me. You know what I had for dinner? Just I didn't have to cook anything. I had this katsu chicken. It's frozen. It's kind of a breaded chicken with flavoring. I put it in between two pieces of white bread, of all things, white bread, a little mayo on it. And I proceeded to eat it. And I masticated it in my mouth and swallowed it. And it was tasty. Now, was that piece of chicken really healthy? No, it wasn't. It had its own horrible vegetable oils in it. preservatives. See, I cheat. I cheat. The bread, probably at least 100 calories per slice, right? White bread, carbohydrates, converts to sugar, affects your, you know, glucose level. See, I'm not perfect. Oh, chicken. Oh, please. Oh, that's shit, man. You just come, go to uh, Jolly Bee stands that, the chicken they sell, even Kentucky Fried. Jeez, man. There's so much oil in that sucker. You go to try to blot it off with a paper towel, you're going to need about 3 or 4 paper towels. And it's all the most horrible oil, the cheapest oil they can use. Sure, it tastes good. Something fried does taste good. It absolutely does. But, beyond that, I mean, if you just do it every now and again, it's okay. But if that's your diet, I mean, we eat a lot of chicken around here, but, fresh whole chicken and she roasted. And I generally don't eat the skin. That's where all the cholesterol and shit is. Yeah, a little rosemary, whatever. So I do eat a lot of chicken. It's a good protein. It's better than pork or beef. Safer to eat, I think, than those two particular meats. But everything in moderation, But a lot of people can't do everything in moderation. They got to shove things in their mouth like there's no tomorrow. The food is going to disappear. Acquaintance, I'd say my lovely wife will make mango, and I have some rice. And so, you know what they've been eating lately? It's like they make with the rice. It's cocoa, but we buy this 100% cocoa powder, 100% cacao, and they love it. They mix it in with their rice, and they really love that. It's like Cocoa Krispies or something, But this is dark chocolate now, mind you. This is dark chocolate. It's 100% chocolate, 100% cacao, and the antioxidants in there are it's incredible. Top of the list. Top of the list. So I don't think I've had anything that was considered healthy today. No, I had some eggs today, didn't I? I had a couple of eggs and French fries this morning for breakfast. That's partially healthy, but not fully. So yeah, I mean, I have my own cheat sheet, whatever. It's because when we haven't gone shopping for a while, you're going to eat what's around the house or try to find somewhere in town something to eat. That's kind of a hard thing to do around here, but I do pretty well. Oh, I know what I had for lunch. Oh, I had a lot of beef. Oh yeah. Oh shit, yeah. No, I had a salad today, just a salad with dressing and kidney beans in it. Then I utilized the rest of the kidney beans as part of my meal, actually. It's part of me. With leftover rice. Yeah, white rice, not brown. But I eat a lot of beans. Don't light a match near me, I always say. I eat a lot of beans, and that's really good for you. I'm eating a yellow mango right now. Yeah, I had some last night. I had a bunch of mango last night. Watch the sugar. Natural sugars are still sugar. Whatever. I'm tired of giving advice to people. They don't take it. Few people do, but I just, implement it on myself. Just do what I have to do. Abo J. Do you think the guy is gay? That rhymes. We're just doing some rhyming here, that's all. Abo J, you're not really very okay. Look in the mirror and what do you see? A man who's never had any pussy. Just dildos. You can only be a man like these. The best time he does his shows, which is all the time, is drunk. You get the best out of Abo when he's drunk. More laughs for the time you listen to him. He's got to be drinking. But he's always drinking all the time. But what does Mummy say about that? She don't advise him. Well, she's probably as big and lush as he is. That's the way I see it. Bob, I bought a dozen mangoes yesterday. Yeah. Oh, mango float. Yeah, we have that now and then. Love it. Love it. And leche flan and other desserts like that too occasionally. What am I in the mood for right now? I'm trying to utilize the 100% cacao. Yeah, it's a Hershey's product too. Comes like in a cardboard tub thing. It's all powder. And we got more of it left. I'm going to have to order more. Yeah, that's a really powerful antioxidant. There's no really sugar in there either, really, this stuff. Because 100% cocoa doesn't contain much sugar at all. The shit you buy over the counter, I mean, it's just loaded, just chocolate drinks and all. It's chuck load of sugar. Yeah, so my day wasn't perfect, but I ate. I mean, the beans were excellent. I just eat too many beans. And I'll probably have lentils tomorrow for dinner or something. I mean, I'm sure I will. I eat a lot of that stuff. I mean, and I'll eat it in between a bad meal too. I'll have to make up for the bad meal I ate. But I do love chocolate. I do love chocolate though. I do admit that milk chocolate kind of tastes better than dark chocolate, but you get the right dark chocolate, it tastes pretty good. They're expensive though. Good dark chocolate is expensive. You're never going to find over the counter really 100% cacao dark chocolate. You might find 70%, but that's about it. That's about it. But you could order that on Lasada and different places. But sometimes I get bored of food. But when I make a salad, though, you gotta have the right ingredient. What do you call that? I have to buy this ready-made salad from delis all the time. It's a salad. It has sliced eggs, right? Sliced cheese, right? Um, Carrots, strips of carrot. Olives, cucumbers, black olives, that is. So it has the meats in it too, like I'll eat a ham once with a salad though. I'm not a pork guy, but if it has like ham in it, and I mean the damn thing has like mozzarella cheese in there, maybe another kind of cheese. Then you get the right dressing for that. And man, you got a meal right there. And of course, I like crunchy, so if you have any, oh, you know, pistachio seeds or croutons and even some nuts. I mean, that's a good salad. That's a good salad. And I could enjoy that with the right dressing, though. I haven't had a perfect dressing in years. Not really. I don't know. A lot of these bottled dressing, like Kraft and other companies. I like blue cheese dressing. If it ain't too tart, that's one of my favorite dressings. I can't throw too much in the salad with that. It's just enough to flavor it. But too much blue cheese is a little bit too much. Caesar, you got to really look around for a good Caesar dressing. Unless you can make it yourself or something, but I buy the store-bought stuff. Wow, that was juicy. Yeah, I could eat. I love salads. I love salads. I could eat salads all the time if I have the right ingredients. And sometimes, we didn't go shopping and food is low, and we have some lettuce left, and I still got some kidney beans left. I just mix it. Nothing great. Nothing's bad. I just mix the leftover kidney beans with the lettuce and put a little dressing on it. That's it. Very bare-backed. I don't entirely enjoy it that way. But a salad should be a good salad. The different beans in there, It's healthy. But you want to get the romaine lettuce rather than the iceberg. 'Cause you want to get the dark green type of leafy type of vegetables. There's not a lot of nutrients in, iceberg lettuce. But you don't find it locally in the provinces, You got to go to Cebu for that or something. Sound good, Bob? Good salad, huh? I just ate. I'm still. What did I have for dinner? Look what I just said. I don't feel like cooking anything. I had leftover kidney beans, and I mixed it with right. What did I put in there? Okay, had some. Okay, leftover rice. Remember, I'm not a big rice fan, but I just hate always eating kidney beans on its own, and I can still do that too. So lettuce. No, not lettuce. Oh, jeez, that's lunch. So rice and kidney beans, a tinge of salt, black pepper, and a little hint of ranch dressing to it. Very little bit, just to get some flavor. That was it. I didn't dress it up. I didn't do anything special. I don't have cheese around the house all the time. Or I would have some shredded cheese on it. You know, you'd have mozzarella strips, even provolone. That's expensive. You can find it around here. Damn expensive. Well, you know, that's why I pig out every time I go to Cebu. As I said, I couldn't live in Cebu City. It would be hard for me to live in Cebu, besides the pollution, craziness, and I'd really gain weight if I lived around there. And I'd really be spending a hell of a lot of money if I lived in Cebu proper. Yeah, I wish I had the land to do it and the soil to do it. I don't. Bob Cook, yeah, yes, a good salad, kale, and feta. Yeah, yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, it's grown and grown. We got his passion fruit growing here. Oh my God, this stuff is good. I used to grow it in Hawaii. And it's taken up this whole fence practically in the back of the house. It's growing so well. We always have so much fruit on the vine. It's spreading, and the vines are growing all along the fence. We take it and cut it open, and what you got to do is you got to strain it because it's all seeds in there. It's all so much. It's very strong. It's very sweet, and you know you have to mix it with water or something. You can't just you can't drink it straight. It's that sweet. But we got a shitload of that growing on there. We got a papaya tree that's growing. Let's see how well that does. Of course, we have a couple of banana trees here. Not, unfortunately, not the kind I like. This is more of a salad type. Well, no, this is the cooking bananas. Yeah, 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 yeah. What else is edible that we have around here? Not much anymore. No, the other house I used to have a nice coconut tree that was producing coconuts. Yeah, I got some growing here, but they're not anywhere near being mature and producing or nothing like that. But I got a number of banana trees here, though, that's for sure. Not much. Oh, I love growing my own. Oh, yeah, man. The benefit, I mean, my house in Hawaii had two different types of orange trees going for me. Had a tangelo tree, and one is a basic navel orange. The bugs used to get to it before we could, unfortunately. It was a shame. But we always got some off it anyway. Oh, yeah, I had papayas growing all the time. So we got some papaya plants growing here. We'll see what happens with them. There's one growing in the neighbor's yard. It's an empty lot. But it always seems like it's in really bad shape, so I can't even eat it. The birds gotta eat it. It's good for the birds. So yeah, we're not growing a bunch of stuff here. I wish I was. I'd like to be more self-sustaining. But I don't have, you know, shit, if the lot was for sale behind us, I still wouldn't buy it because it's so heavily laden now with weeds that are now becoming trees. And you need a freaking dozer to come in there and clear this shit up and uproot it and stuff. It's too much work. Too much. All right, back out. It'd be perfect. Then I, you know, I'd have all the growing land I'd want. It's not a big lot, but it's enough to grow some stuff. And you know what I notice every night? There's these lovebirds, man. I'm serious. I don't have to be there tonight. There's a tree in a neighbor's yard, that empty lot, which is kind of pretty much forested now, really. I was just talking about it. They're up there together. next to each other, sleeping at night. And of course, and unless some of you dodo birds out there don't know, that generally chickens will sleep in a tree, in a branch overnight, if you didn't know that. And then we see the chickens at night in the branches. See, not protection. They protect themselves. And then the lovebirds. Yeah, how many nights we've seen them in a row? I don't know if they're still there. I'll have to check tonight. Well, apparently there was we had a scheduled blackout today, and generator was going all day. It was supposed to be till 5, but to my surprise, I think power got turned on after 2:30 or 3 or somewhere around there. And I say to myself, thank goodness we have the generator here. Kids know how to use it, so working good, actually. Let's see, Cooper. No booze, no weed, no cigarettes. I'm feeling better every day thanks to the fat jokes. It helps me lose the weight. Well, probably it was a little hint from your doctor, probably, dude. Yeah. Your doctor probably hinted, if you don't do this, you're going to die, mofo, so you do it. But you got to want to do these things, and I know, believe me, I know. You think every morning I always feel, the best thing is if you look forward to exercise, Well, I'll be honest, I don't look forward to it, really. But there's a certain amount of exercise I know I got to do. Then I don't feel guilty afterwards, because if I didn't do it and do something, yeah, I'd get a guilt complex over it and say, well, come on, you got to do this shit, man. Stop talking about it. Just keep on doing it. It becomes part of your, daily grain of life, just doing it. This way, if you do have to sit around all day, it's a hot day and whatever, you could at least say to yourself, well, yeah, I got my exercise in, and you actually feel better about yourself. And it gets your endorphins going, so it makes you feel good mentally. Anyway, what's new that's going on, folks? I didn't intend to be on here. I'm trying not to do too long of shows anymore. I just thought I'd say something about old Abo boy. I keep on making this offer to him, but he'll never take me up on it, though. He knows what the offer is. He's another Popeye. Like Popeye states in his own words. You ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna touch me. I'm how many thousand miles away in another country. I'm gonna say what I want. Well, you know what? Barry wasn't in another country, but Barry thought he could say everything he wanted about me, Abo man. But what happened to your buddy, huh? What happened to your buddy? Hey, Chicky boy. Chicky boy. Come on, Chicky boy. What happened to your buddy? He's in jail. He's in jail. So will you be, Jay. Oh, I got you very well documented. Fucking bloke. I got you very well documented. Talk all you want, buddy. But I'll know when you'll be in Cebu, and you never know. Somebody just might tap you on the shoulder and say, aren't you Abo man? Whack. Yeah. You walk a lot, that's good. That's good. What do you weigh now, man? What do you weigh? You're about 6 foot, aren't you, that tall? Across the street, what would you eat here? I walk a lot here every day. The small mall across the street. I eat a variety of things, but, and I treat myself to stuff, too, that may not be really healthy for you, but on occasion I do that. On occasion I'll break down, don't want to cook, and might have a pizza, might have a store-bought hamburger or something, or shit like that, but, yeah, I'm just kind of choosy what I eat. I told the kids, I got this half a bag of these tiny Italian meatballs. And it's so tempting, But I read the bag, and I know, and just from even putting them in an air fryer, they're fully cooked, but, heat them up. You got to see the You got to see the fat that comes out of that shit. I looked at that and I said, nah, man. And there's more fat in it. Even though I put it on a paper towel or something, there was still more fat coming out. Then I've even tried boiling them and then putting them in the air fryer. Because boiling will help get a lot of the fat out, right? And it does. But it's not going to get everything out. Then you refry, then you put it in an air fryer. You still had to, I mean, I can't, it's almost like you're waiting to listen to your arteries hardening. You can almost hear it. I can look at those meatballs and almost hear my arteries hardening just by looking at it. Keep walking, that's the key, yeah. Let's see. I'm, what? With my eyes, I tell you, man. 6'3", are you? But I'm only 290, maybe. My goal is 200. Yeah, 200 would be good for your height. That would be okay for you. Oh, I heard. Yeah, I heard something on that scooter. What's the deal with Brevis being in South Korea? I've never seen a comment that. Oh, yeah, on what do you call the show he was on there saying? He's talking about how good looking the South Korean girls are. What's the deal with that? Why is he in South Korea? Is he having trouble with the lighting? And what do you mean he's only going to be staying in the Philippines for a month at a time now? See, I told you, there's always something going on with these people, man. Always. Maybe the heat's getting a little bit too much, if you know what I mean. Now, I'm not talking about the temperature in the Philippines. Maybe that's what's happening. Yeah. Tell you, man, am I right or what? I'm more right than I'm ever wrong. That's a fact. I'm more right than I'm wrong. Do I know these people or what? All right, so what's the story behind that? What is the reason going to South Korea? To get more women impregnated and leave the country? Or did people that are after him in California discover that he was indeed in the Philippines? Everybody has a story, man. Everybody has a story, honey. God, I'm so right all the time. Oh, man, let me get my freaking glasses. My reading glasses, that is. That's the one. Okay. Yes, first day I was here, I missed the curb. I fell on my face. Embarrassing. I took 4 Pinoys to get me up. I scoured my left kneecap. Yeah, I skimmed my shin over here now. I think I've showed it on camera. I got like big band-aids on it, but it still hurts a little bit. I keep on coating it with antibiotic gel. Cream, whatever. Had to do with a tile, and I'm going to show you the tile actually, what that was all about. And what I was doing or trying to do the other day, I wanted to see how much gasoline I had in the supply tank because I was going to run the generator at some point. My kids were. You see this big ass tile? This thing weighs about fucking 30 pounds. It's thick. Actually, it's fucking, what the hell is it? Damn. This thing is a heavy motherfucker. This was laying over here. And I wanted to open this up. Just enough to, but this thing fell forward and it skimmed right down my shin, right there. Got me good at the top, but scraped about 4 inches down or so on the bottom. Yes, and blood was coming down. It certainly was. This thing here, crap. This is marble. You know how heavy this is? Look how thick this is, man. Look. That's a heavy motherfucker. Look at this thing, man. Listen. It's a heavy motherfucker. That went sliding down my shin, man. Fucking A. Yeah, it hurt. Yeah. Don't you hate when that happens? Fazio had that happen to him with some plywood. Yeah. Oh yeah, man. This is a secret to not getting scars on there like I did on the other side. It's keeping it moist so it doesn't scar up really. And the moisture could be Vaseline, but preferably at first I'll use antibiotic cream while I have it. I'm running out of bandages here too. You can't get anything good here that actually sticks, you know? But yeah, I get it for these little accidents. Shit, I could name a number of them I had in the past 5 years here. Jeez, tripped in the other house on a step-up thing to the bedroom. My head went directly against a concrete wall. Jesus Christ. Tripped in the yard over here because I was wearing these funky slippers that kind of bent over when I walked, and I fell, hit my side. And one night over here, I got dizzy. I went outside. I came in, and I was like wobbling all the way down the hallway. As soon as I hit my door, went right to the ground. Gilda came running. What's going on? Situation with that was, what was the situation with that? My blood pressure went low for that moment. It went low. In fact, today, I had a scare, and I figured out what it was. I got some expensive niacin prolonged release supplement. I don't take it very often. Don't even ask me what niacin does. It does a lot of things, but this one was prolonged release, right? Okay, so what happened was about an hour or so after, I even forgot I took it. Because I've taken it before, it never had any effects, but if you want to take it, it's before bed, your best time. But all of a sudden, I was feeling really hot. I did a show, I said, man, I'm really feeling hot. I think it was like a taxi cab. I'd taken an hour before, an hour and a half, something. But it was prolonged release, sustained release. And if you ever taken niacin before, you get flush. Your face and neck gets red, you feel sweaty, you feel hot. I was wondering if I had a fever. I thought maybe my leg got infected. No, but I didn't have a fever. But yeah, niacin will do that. I don't think I'm taking that anymore. Yeah, I know, man. I don't know. It's I think I've always been clumsy. Growing up, I've shared a couple of things growing up. All the shit I got into. A cop has always had me in his arms, bringing me to my apartment door. Is this your son? I don't know why. I remember there was like a metal grating. You know what they cover the roads with when they're digging a ditch in the road? It's a big, heavy metal plating. And this is when I was a kid, 5 years old. I went to go stand on there just to look down. Then they have a little opening there that they can put the hook in. So that's how they lift these things up. Somehow my foot went in there, and I fell forward onto my chest, and I got the wind knocked out of me. That was another incident. There was a car. I got hit by a car when I was 7. Fractured my foot. A little kid hit me over the head with a fucking shovel. This little guy used to wear nail polish. Yeah, he did. And, jeez Louise. I can name so many goddamn things. That's why I say, man, say what you want about me. I'm lucky to be alive. Nevertheless, be turning the age I'm turning this month. I mean, I'm somehow I don't know how I do it, but I seem to be doing it. Yeah, I'm kind of accident. I never realized I was, but I am. I think Gilda realizes that sometimes. She's always looking out for me. It's not like I can't walk or something. It's just, sometimes when I have sunglasses on too. I wear my sunglasses and I'm not watching things good with the sunglasses. You got a rim on there that takes a little bit of your vision away too when I walk outside. And if it's a cheap pair of sunglasses, and I usually only buy the cheapest I can because I break them all the time. I sit on them, or they fall, or the glass or whatever. It's not even glass really. Falls out of there. So I don't buy expensive pairs because I know better than that. But I really need to buy a decent pair with real glass optics, and you can see very clearly through it. I threw my last pair away, and this time I'm going to spend the money on finding a good pair of sunglasses that has some good optical qualities, is made of real glass and not some polycarbonate. And all that shit ever is a polycarbonate anyway. Polycarbonate. Anyway, sounds like you guys are getting pretty bored. I'm sorry, I can't be as interesting as Abo Man. The Abo Man. Abo Man, you know what? Take your own advice, dude. At least I don't go in my shower with a fake dildo, and I don't live with my mom, even if she was alive. It's embarrassing at your age, dude. Shave your fucking chest. Buy some Nair or something. Nair. Get the hair off your chest, or shave the fucking thing. You look like a gay gorilla. Oops. Gorilla? Gorilla. I said gorilla. You look like a fucking Neanderthal, man. Any fucking woman that wants to be with you, man, it has to do with money. It can't be for anything else. It ain't your swarthy good looks, man. That's for goddamn sure. That's for goddamn sure. I'm out of here, buddy. Love you all. Not really. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Abo Man. Abo Man. Hello, boys and girls. Wow, 6 just went up there. Boom, all at once. 6. Was it 5? My eyes are bad. Let's see. Glasses. 6. Ooh, man. Everybody needs a little tucking in, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, fireside chat, kind of, sort of. Of course, I'm not going to have a great sleep tonight because my other half ain't going to be home until 3 or 4 in the morning. I'll be up. Dogs will be barking. Can't have the dogs in here either. I can't shut the door with the air conditioner on. Because they get kind of antsy, then they want to leave. Then they'll be coming up to the bed like I want to get out of the room. Can't do that. Otherwise, I don't mind them coming in here, but then they want to go out 5 minutes later. 5 minutes later. We got 11 already in here. My goodness. Yeah, I'm just winding down for the night. Winding it down in a busy day in sorts of ways. And there's Mark. Wow, a second fireside. My Philippines was chat in the morning. You're sport. I know. It's called boredom, okay? Spell it out. Boredom. Well, my honey's not here, so, I got the kids and the dogs to talk to and relate with, but that's about it. A night full of freaking sci-fi movies that I've probably seen 10 times before. I don't even have a good, kind of a TV system where I can get a good selection of movies, really. I got your standard Netflix and YouTube on there, and there's nothing. Anytime a new release comes out on Netflix, it's something that's been out 10 years already or something, or 20 years or 5, whatever. It's boring. Yeah, no, I've been just nursing my wound to make sure it ain't getting affected. I'm glad I had a few med supplies around here with some bandages or whatever, and some triple antibiotic ointment. Just gotta stay out of trouble. Yeah. Gotta stay out of trouble. Just don't be accident prone. Easy for me to say. Oh, Patty's back. Oh. We got some live ones here. Okay. It takes me a while to get to sleep. That's why I come on here. I get bored on YouTube, even doing a show, so that kind of makes me tired. No offense. So what's new and different in your world? I wish there was something new and different on this YouTube shit. There usually isn't. I'll say it till the cows come home. I might decide to see Paul Old Dog or somebody on here, right? But on that board, same shit. I'll have a guest on, they're talking about the same shit. Oh, having your cafe. It's morning there. That's right. No, not here. 8:51. 8:50. Well, I go to bed 9 or so, but generally I don't fall asleep till 9. Well, if she's here, I mean, I might be up beyond 9:30, but you know, it takes a while for me to fall asleep. Actually, but I already know already I can't sleep. But a fan is not good. I don't know why I used to get away with a ceiling fan when I had that other house I was renting here. And what we did was to save electricity was, and it's not even saving really when you think about it. We'd run, it was a window mount type shitty air conditioner, and we'd cool the room down, right? Then go to bed, then just turn the ceiling fan on. And that seemed to work, but it's that time of year, it's been kind of extra hot and humid. And you know what they say, the cooler the room is, you get some better sleep than it being really, really warm in a room. The kids don't mind not having an air conditioner. They just run their fan. They're fine with it. They got an air conditioner in their room too. It's wall mounted, but they never use it. One of them actually gets too cold. They don't mind the fans at all. And all night long and day, really, well, pretty much I got the living room air conditioner on. I just put it on 26 centigrade. That's it. That's fine, but I also run a fan in there at the same time too to blow things around, so it's better air circulation. You're awake but in bed. I forgot. Are you single, married, or what's the deal? Coin society. Why do you call yourself Coin Society? Are you into Bitcoin and all that? Oh, Jay swears by it, but he's still living with his mommy. I don't know. Can't believe anything Jay says. Oh, you're sitting there, so she's listening to me too? I got to put on my good manners here. Oh, she'd probably find me awfully boring. Sounds like we're all waking up to Frank. Well, Frank is going to doze asleep on us, yeah. Oh, she's sleepy. You must have headphones on or earbuds or something. Yeah, I've got some big old funky headset. I only wear that in the morning when I'm up to listen to some stuff, and well, she's still sleeping, not to wake her. She does? Oh God. I'll be honest, it comes to a point I don't talk about them more. Sometimes you can't help but talk about some of these losers on here. I can understand to a point. I mean, well, what do I have to say about the Philippines anymore? How long have I been on YouTube? I think I said what I can about the Philippines, Well, at least I admit that, but these guys, of course, they're monetized. They got to talk about something. So they do shows, every day like I've been doing, but they're monetized and it's just trying to get their AdSense and all that shit up and all this stupid shit with algorithms and all this crap. And I have one local guy here that lives in town. He's a newbie. And, he wants to hit it big, but he realizes that's not an easy thing to do. He said, I'll be happy if I can make $200 a month to pay for my rented house. Yeah, I could dig that, sure. And why not, But, he knows the score. It's very rare to make money on YouTube at all. And we got Sofa King back here. Jay needs better guests and topics. Talk about Frank, Bitcoin. Hey, what's the story with Brevis going to South Korea? Did he have to leave doing a exit clearance thing, his 3 years? Or is he having trouble with his girlfriend? Or something? Did he get in trouble again? Yeah, I heard that Jay's in South Korea. He's already talking about women. I've seen his comments on Kevin's show somewhere, or Jay's show. Oh yeah, the women are hot here. He's got a fucking woman and he's got a fucking kid. He's talking about the women are hot there. That guy can't keep his dick in his fucking pants. He's probably in hiding. Well, yeah, I heard he's in South Korea and that he's only going to come back a month at a time or some shit like that. I don't know. I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know. Have any idea what that's all about. Yeah, he belongs in North Korea in a gulag. He does. That's what I figured. His 3 years. You know he's gonna fuck on her. You know that. You know that, right? He ain't gonna tell her. Does it all the time. Well, he was doing a lot of drugs back in the States, you know. Certainly weed, I know that much. Anything else, I can't honestly say on here. Frank, you really got stuck in to Abo, man. Anybody knows why Brevis is on the run? No, somebody just said he's just doing an exit, 3 year exit thing. They won't allow me to do it though. No. Because some blank, 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 blank decided to do a report on me. I should make her pay back all that fucking shit too that I'm going to have to pay back. No, it's Brevis. His name is Drew Nordy. He's from California. And he ran to the Philippines to get away from some trouble he had in California. Everybody has a reason they're out here. They're all running away from something. Yes, listen to Sofa King. He's a real shady guy. Does drugs, shows up in people's homes unannounced. He showed up at mine, other people. His name is Drew Nordy. Yeah, Drew Naughty, right? Oh yeah, he cheats on his lady. He got another woman pregnant, but she had a miscarriage or some shit like that. You know, like Jay, you know, he got some woman pregnant or two of them, whatever. He's got a couple of kids floating around the Philippines. Doesn't even help the woman out. Doesn't even help his own children out. That's why I laugh when Jay talks about me, because he's wanted on the top list of the scumbags on here. He makes the top 5. Stavros says, Frank, did you realize the Bummer and Big Captain look alike? Yeah, they sort of do now. But I don't know. Bummer might lose a little weight being in that place. Unless he's just eating a bunch of junk food. Claims he's going to the gym. Can you see this guy working out in the gym in 100-degree temperatures? I don't think so. Sofa King say a total scumbag. No wonder he likes Jay. Birds of a feather, yeah. Bummers prefer a nickname for Barry Jordan, the scourge of the of YouTube for many years. He's the one I got in jail, basically. I put a cyber libel case against him with 5 charges. He pleaded guilty to all 5. No, you don't see Kevin at the gym, no. Yeah, Big Cat. Yeah, Kevin is a 350-pound version of Barry, but he used to weigh 500. I did coin a lot of phrases on here. Frank lifts weights, well, small ones. Pretty good with the nicknames. Oh, Kevin lifts junk food to his mouth. Yeah. Hey, we got 24 souls here tonight. I don't want to say that on an airplane. How many souls were on board? I don't know what they say. Well, how many people were on board? Ever notice that with the airlines if there's a crash? There were 150 souls on board. Where did they come up with this shit? Why can't they just say There are 150 passengers or something on there. Souls? Stervo says, I might give Don C some credit. He did teach English in an orphanage. Yeah, that was on the thing too. Are you the one that sent me? I don't know. And what did he teach him English? Frank, Frank, Frank. I don't mind giving out credit when it's warranted. And I do too. I've given some of the trolls credit. I actually have. If they deserved it. That's why I'm really honest. I'll give somebody credit. In fact, I gave people credit for creating some really nicely edited videos on me where they were funny. If they were funny enough and made me laugh, even if I was the subject, I'd even give them credit on that. Thailand. Don C lives in Thailand, but he comes on the Philippines, always hanging out on the Philippines genre here, which means he doesn't have much of a life in Thailand if he has to spend all his time, in the Philippines genre here. Well, people send me stuff all the time. But then what was Jay saying? Oh, nobody sends you no emails. Jay, get a fucking life. Look, I could call you every name in a fucking book, but it comes down to one thing, man. Be independent, get away from your mother, get a fucking life. If you would compare Jay to Bummer, but they're alike, that's the whole thing. Him and Barry is alike in so many ways, and believe me, trust me when I say so many ways. I don't want to have to spell it out. I've been dealing with trolls, Patty, for 10 years, okay? It gives you any idea. 10 freaking years. Yeah, Jay has more teeth. But then again, I don't see his teeth when he talks. I don't know what Jay has there. He's either got a drink or a cigarette in his mouth, so I can't tell if Jay even has any teeth. I'm surprised he haven't gotten him knocked out from being an asshole that he is. Stavros says Jay and Bummer live together, so they must know each other. They've shared things, let's put it that way, okay? Oh, they know each other very well, and Barry has a lot of shit on Jay. A whole lot of shit on Jay. Not good stuff either, man. Some of the things Jay has done. I wonder what Jay does in the shower with his toy. Sticks it up his ass, probably. It's probably where he likes to get it. He ain't seen no action. I don't even know if the chicks, when he was going to the Philippines, he's trying to show everybody all the women he had in his room. I don't even think those chicks ever even banged any of them chicks. I doubt he's even done that. He's just too gross. I mean, even for money. Look, I don't care how desperate a Filipino is for money. And sometimes they give in to foreigners that are less than choice material. But there's some Filipinos that would not touch somebody with your dick, And Jay's one of these type of people. He's that fucking gross. He's not a good-looking man at all. His features are very Neanderthalish, or very Aboriginal. Don't forget, he does live in Australia, and he has features of Aboriginal. Although he has a lighter skin, that's the difference. Makes Barry sound like a superhero? Sarah says, Jay mentioned he was going to round up some girls and pay for a van, but that fell through. Keep on telling Jay, run your mouth all you want, but put your money where your mouth is. He makes periodical trips to the Philippines. He knows where I live. Or better yet, just let me know he's going to be in Cebu again. I want him to say things to me and my girlfriend face to face. He will never do that. He already was talking about, I'm never going to meet up with Frank. Oh, yeah, he's going to have a lawyer behind every rock and police there. And I'm not going to get in trouble with the law. Well, then don't open your mouth then, Jay. Stop being Mr. Not Afraid of Anybody type of guy that you try to project yourself to be. You've always been a coward. I've known you for a long time, Jay. But people were after your ass. You never showed up or you went into hiding. So stop all your macho bravado talk. You're really sounding a lot like your good buddy Barry. By the way, did you ever suck his cock? Do you do that to each other, Jay? Do you imagine that the one that you stick on your bathroom shower wall that you like to box with, do you imagine it's Barry's dick? Is that what you do? Oh, Bob Cooper came on briefly. Not if we see you first, Bob. Abo Man. Or Croc Man. Yeah, why don't you go call names to some crocodiles? Like, see you later, alligator, do. In a wild crocodile, do. See you later, alligator. That's a Jay. He'd be running away from somebody. See you later, alligator. I don't want to get in no physical confrontation with nobody. What would he be afraid of me for? He calls me this frail old man and all this shit at my age, and I'm a lot older than him. What the hell would he be afraid of? Shit, come on, Jay, if you can't kick my ass, man, I'm telling you, man, you can't. Why would you be afraid of me? Well, you might have reason to be afraid of me. Oh, you'll see, Jay, boy. You'll see, Jay. Just approach me any fucking time. And let's see how old I am. See how old I am. We'll see. It's going to go one of two ways. You're going to knock me out, or I'm going to knock you out. One way or the other is going to happen. But stop being a coward and avoiding the subject about meeting me. Fucking coward. He's just like fucking Barry. That's why you hung together, man. No, I didn't. Popeye says that I was a draft dodger. No, man, I didn't get drafted or nothing, man. I was in college. And also got a bad ear. I got a really bad ear. They would have took me in anyway. I wouldn't have gone. I probably would have head off to Canada or something. I didn't believe in the Vietnam War. No, neither the people that went there. They came back and said, like the song, what the hell are we fighting for? Well, next stop is Vietnam. Oh, Lord, I'm going to die. What a wasteful war that was. What a wasteful war. People got killed. For what? For nothing. We shouldn't have even been there, but I don't want to get into that shit. I'm telling you, I wouldn't have went anyway. Fuck no. Get a bus ticket, whatever, to Canada. Get the fuck out of the United States. I would not be anything to do with that war. Nothing. And I understand there'd be a reason to fight a certain enemy, but there's no reason to fight against the Vietnamese Viet Cong. There's no reason. There's no reason, man. There just wasn't a reason. People come back there, man, they were all fucked up. 50,000 U.S. servicemen lost their lives for what? I know. Families and all that. And then fucking government was fucking experimenting on them with Agent Orange. There was a lot of other things they were introducing on them. I can't give you all the details. I used to hear all this shit about it. Hey, look, I knew personally a guy in Hawaii. This guy was big time. He was a colonel. He did recon and all that shit. What do you call that? He signed in about a couple of times. He did his, what do they call that when you re-enlist or something, or that military talk. He served several terms or whatever in there. Tours. Thank you. So he did like 2 or 3 tours. I think he did three, actually. Yeah, you get involved with that shit, you get desensitized to blood. Like they used to talk about the Viet Cong and all the others there, Vietnamese Viet Cong. They'd be holding up soldiers' heads or something or whatever. I don't know. Well, the Americans were doing it too. He had pictures of that. I didn't want to look at it. It was really nothing to have a human head in your hand, hold them by the hair. That's how desensitized Americans got when they were out there. They shot at anything that moved. They wanted to go home. If a bush moved, they shot at it. Yeah. They couldn't even trust the kids. You know how they figure out if the kids were carrying a bomb? Let me see your hands, right? If the kid had rough hands, means they worked in the fields, which they usually had to do as a kid. If they had smooth hands, they had a bomb. Those fuckers used to use their own kids with a bomb. That's one thing I gotta say, Americans never did that. They never did that. But they did in Vietnam. That's amazing. A human life is nothing to them. Well, I'm just glad I wasn't in. Stavros says, Pig Nose has a go at trust fund, baby. Keys one. What's KEIS one? What is it? Yeah, I'm just glad. I want nothing to do with the military. Every country needs a military. I'm not saying it don't, and I'm not knocking the military at all. I'm just saying that when you sign up or get drafted, whatever, you are government property. As long as you're, serving, you are actually government property. They own you. And nobody owns me. Nobody. They tell you what to do, shine their shoes, whatever. Teach people to kill. Same fucking government. Fucking sells guns to our enemies. I mean, what kind of a fucking government the United States turned into? There's nothing new about that, though. Yeah, they give enemies. Yeah, they give enemies military equipment, guns, you name it. Something wrong with this picture, man. I'm telling you, really. This world is just pretty fucked up. Let's just face it, sum it up. Can't trust your own government. You should be able to trust your own government, but you can't. So corrupt. Well, there's no more Barry versus Frank anymore. It's a done deal. I succeeded. I'm happy with the way we kind of put this in action and put it to an end. And it's just now I'm dealing with his girlfriend, big time, big time. Yeah, big time. She'll live to regret it, though. It's not a physical threat, by the way, just to clarify. She will live to regret it. Yeah, his girlfriend. Well, she's the one that put the complaint against me with the Department of Immigration. Try to get me deported. Well, pen pal girlfriend is all she could ever be. That bromance, and I do mean bromance, ha ha ha, is pretty much over. Sorry, most of my viewers are not even from the Philippines. That's why everybody's telling me that they're all in their morning. They're having coffee in the morning. Yeah, his girlfriend's something else, man. She's something else, I'll tell you that. Happy-go-lucky girl. But her report said she was depressed because of a PTSD, falling apart, afraid to leave the house. How interesting was that? Every fucking video she's putting on lately, having a good time with her friends and in a waterfall, you know, lollygagging around, going out with her friends. She's so fucking full of shit. So what did she say? Just made whore. I threatened her, her family, and a whole bunch of shit. Well, Barry had all to do this. He coerced her into doing this. He pretty much probably forced her. And then there were other people that were basically pressuring her to do a report. I was even willing to pay for the lawyer to write up the report. And then it went a little higher than that. Yeah, went a little bit higher than that. Giving her money, enticing her to do certain things. Yeah, saying I never threatened her. So his girlfriend didn't include any evidence. Yeah, there was nothing there on that report that could supposedly incriminate me. I mean, I've read it numerous times, obviously. All made up bullshit. My lawyer said that. That's nothing. But, immigration might have been involved in this too. Who knows? Who knows? Because personally, I don't see how that report ever got through to the immigration department, investigator's desk. I don't even know how it got through. Yeah, we both did. Yeah, you know. Someday I'll have to bring out the report. I won't show it on here, but I could read it if I could find it. Of course, I got everything here, but I got to go through my stack of papers. Ah, shit. Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to sign off. I'm gonna have to worm my way to sleep here gradually. I know I'm gonna be up really early this morning because I left early to come home because who was watching her kids couldn't do it for only one day. I had to come back, and she had to stay to take care of some business of her own that she's dealing with, and then she didn't want to stay at her sister's in Battaglia overnight because she couldn't sleep there. It's too hot. Or they have air conditioning, but I don't know. It wasn't a comfortable situation. So well, you could travel all the way there, and I'm going to travel all the way back. But then, same day. Oh no, she's on a V-hire van, making her way to. No, it's a different route. She has to go instead of to take her directly to Hignaya. She has to go to Medellin, to get a ferry at Medellin, actually, instead of Hignaya Port, which is in San Remedios. Just go to Medellin because there's a ferry at 11 o'clock tonight. And that takes, the ferry, once she gets there, the ferry takes about an hour and a half or less. So whatever the time that is, I would be surprised 3, 4 in the morning. But I'm usually up by 4:30, 5:30 most mornings, really, 5 average. Well, I'm trying to. Well, one day I will read it because it's old news now. I mean, it's already, parties will have their copy and it's already old news. But there's a lot of shit in there, man. I don't know. I just hope, karma plays a big part with her on this. She was wrong to do that just to satisfy Barry and whoever enticed her, other than Barry, that helped out and, threw a little feed money in the pot. Because I believe in the past she wanted to stay out of all this shit. And she absolutely was enticed to do this report. I have absolutely no question about it. I don't even have to think about it. It's not guesswork, it's fact. Because she didn't want to get involved with a bunch of legal shit. It doesn't look good for her family. It doesn't look good for her. Oh, yeah, she was enticed. She had a couple of bucks given her, and definitely somebody paid for the lawyer to write the stuff up and so forth. So it's a tangled web. Okay, I got to get off here. There's my 13 people. There it is. Always winds up at that. Although I was at 25, whatever I was at. Okay, you guys have a good evening or good morning, wherever you may be. And let's see. Ah, I'm a bit burned out, so you might not actually hear me in the morning. I like to do my shows in the morning, but I don't know. I don't think. Oh shit! She said she was coming home with donuts from Dunkin' Donuts. Jeez. Oh God. I don't know why she don't just get it from Krispy Kreme. Shit, she has a cousin who's a manager of one of the Krispy Kremes in Cebu. Shit, she goes in there, she comes out with a couple of boxes if she wants for free. I don't know why she went to Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah, I gotta nod off here or something, man. See you later, alligator. Been a while, crocodile. Hey, have I been on a roll lately or what? I expose every one of these motherfuckers, man, and I had a fun time doing it. Don's still trying to say, I never had a bankruptcy. You sure the fuck did. Sure the fuck did. He's embarrassed of it. Because he's not perfect after all. He's making fun of me that I was involved with bankruptcies, and he's over there making fun of me. I love it when it works out this way. He had to explain to everybody all the time. He's on Kevin's show or somebody. I never had a bankruptcy. He's lying. He's lying. God, I'm lying? You're lying by saying that you never had a bankruptcy, Don Crawford. You certainly did. Discharged. I mean, it was chapter 7. Chapter 7. I even know the chapter. All right, I'm out of here. Okay, there we go. Monitor. And I am out like a light. By the way, fuck you, Jay.